Okay, so what's up there guys, and welcome back to Dig It Detecting. So as you can see, we are back out on the hunt again today, and what a ripper of a day it is too. So we're in the Goldfields, out of private permission, private property in the Goldfields. I know it's a bit weird to say, but this bloke owns a lot of land, and a lot of it being old gold mining areas too. It's all private permission now, and this is one site that I've been hunting for over 5 years now, and believe it or not, there is 7,000 acres here for me to detect on, walk around and explore. So pretty crazy, I know, hence the 5 years I've been detecting here, and I'm still finding stuff like this guy here. So what a ripper, what a ripper. Here is an old Britannia Penny. So what I'm going to do, I'll actually walk you down now, a little bit of a water down here, water puddle. So we're going to go down here and clean him up with a toothbrush and give you a look at what he is. Now, I dare say, I'm just guesstimating, but I dare say 1868 or 1860s odd anyway. That was the prime time for this area, the prime time when all the gold was being mined out and all the miners and their families were settling down here to do a lot of the deep lead mining. So very, very interesting history, this area, and also an area that I've done historical society talks and shared my finds here in the past. So very, very interesting stuff. Anyway, I'm just looking at these puddles. They don't look very inviting to put your hands in and clean a coin, do they? Typical cow water, cow poo and wee. Anyway, we're going to do it regardless. Oh, there's a bit of a clean one. Look at that. Whew. As clean as they get. Anyway, we'll clean him up, come back and give you a look at what we got first off. Rightio, so there it is, Queen Victoria. I knew it was going to be a Britannia Penny. You don't find too many Commonwealth or Rue pennies, the later ones out here, that's for sure. And looks like we've got an 1872 by the looks of that. Very shaky, very shaky. Look at my hand where I'd been cleaning him up with a toothbrush. He was sort of sitting in the middle there. A very, very dirty coin. Anyway, 1872, Cedar Britannia, and what a ripper, what a ripper, what a great way to start the day. I will say too, just over that way a little bit, in this same paddock is where I found my first gold sovereign. It was an 1856 Sydney Mint gold half sovereign. What a ripper, what a ripper. I dug about, I think, 10 or 15 buttons that day, just button after button after button, and a few other bits of rubbish and what have you, and then out popped an 1856 gold half sovereign. So really, really special too, because 1856 was only the second year they started minting those gold sovereigns in Australia, 1855 being the first. So really, really special, early type design, and as I said, only the second year that they started minting them. So very, very early and a very historical piece of Australian history. Rightio, we are still plodding along, and as you can see, we've now been rewarded with a token. It's funny too, because I have not shot a clip since the intro clip this morning. So, and here we are, 1:30, so about 2.5 hours since I shot my last clip, and it's taken us that long to get this token. So last time was the old 1872 Britannia Penny, and this one looks like he's a Robert Hyde and Co. Metal glass store, shippers rags, glass and metals token. So I know it's a little bit hard to read there. He's got Melbourne written down the bottom. I have found quite a few of these in the past before, the Robert Hyde and Co tokens. So what a bloody ripper, what an absolute ripper. Here was a bit of a sketchy signal too on the Equinox 800. However, it was showing a 31, so the fact that it was sort of flicking towards a 31 sort of told me straight away, ooh, we might have a token. And sure enough, once we flicked him out, we got a better signal. We stood back up, swung over. It was a nice, clean, crisp 31, and then I knew I was in for a token. Well, this is a bit exciting. We may have another token. Check this out. I know he's a little bit high on the Equinox there, but he's sort of interfering with a bit of other rubbish there too, I do believe. It's got a nice strong signal. Oh, who knows? That could even be a Cartwheel Penny. 1797 Cartwheel Penny. It's funny, I've got 3 of them from this area now, and the 4th one come not too long ago. Actually, I was up here with a mate, and I don't take too many people here, and I was up here with a mate. Oh, here's a coin. Basically, up here with a mate, I've just got the pinpointer. Up here with a friend for the 3rd time, and we're hunting this paddock, and I said to him, look mate, I have spent probably a couple of 100 hours in this paddock. It's been done to death. However, that's not to say there's not still stuff here. Well, he was detecting away, and within 10 minutes he found a token, like we've got here. We've got another token. Anyway, I went over and had a look at the token that he just found, and about 5 minutes later, as I sort of walked away, only a few metres from him, I got a 1797 Cartwheel Penny, my 4th one. So amazing stuff. Like I said to, I've actually got a bloke here with me today, detecting away behind me, and I'm helping him out for the day. And like I said to a bloke here today, no sight is ever fully done, and I fully believe that. I don't care how long you've told me you've been in at a site for, or how many holes you've dug, or how many whatever, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I never ever let that deter me. I've heard it all before. You know, oh, you won't find anything there, mate. It's all been done before. People have been detecting there for 20 years. Well, there was a site there years ago like that. Same thing. Lady told me when I went and asked for permission, I don't think you'll find much. Over the years, 20 years, people have been doing this. Let's clean this guy up. There's a puddle over here. Anyway, I went there, found a cricket buckle, found heaps of pennies, found a snake buckle, numerous stuff. So that there, plus bottles. So that there, great indication. Never ever ever basically take for granted these sites. You know, think, oh, I won't find anything there. Don't go off what other people say. Do your own hunting and make up your own mind. So let's give this a clean, or token I should say, because I'm intrigued to see what he is, and I just keep babbling on. So let's clean him and see what he is now. Rightio, just roughly cleaned up in the puddle. That is very hard to see. However, I can see a Britannia facing left. I can also see a hole punched up the top, which tells me that someone's worn this as a pendant. A bit of a memento there at one stage. You got to remember the tokens were outlawed from 1863 onwards in Victoria, so they were useless to spend. So a lot of people basically kept them as a bit of a keepsake, a bit of a memento. Punched a hole in the top and worn them around their neck. I've found multiple like that now. It's always, I feel that it always sort of adds that more character. So anyway, we better go show the bloke who got here with us, because he's seen me sitting down. He knows I've found something good. So he's going to be very surprised when I tell him I've found not 1, but 2 tokens now. Ho ho, we have done it again. Look at that beauty. We're on a lucky streak today. This is not a token though. This looks like a Britannia Penny to me. We won't want to clean him up too much with our fingers. Don't want to go scratching him. They generally come out of the ground pretty good around here, so I'm put him there. And if he is a 19 or a 20, sort of 18, 19, 20, generally a Britannia Penny is 20. But if he's sort of a 19, 20, sitting around those lower numbers, he is... Yeah, so he is too. 19, 20, he's going to be a Britannia Penny. We might just go clean him up now. We've got the puddle right in front of us, so we'll have him a quick clean up and we'll come back, give you a look. Rightio, so there he is, or she I should say, a Cedar Britannia. And to me, it's very hard to see that date down near my thumb, especially with me moving all over the place. But to me, that says 1852. Now, that's really, really cool. That sort of predates this area a little bit. Sort of people started coming here late 1850s, early 1860s to mine the gold. So that is a really, really special coin. Even cool, as I said, even cooler that it shows such an early date on it. 1852, that's about when the first gold rush in Victoria took place. So he is quite an early one. He had been in the pockets of one of these miners for a couple of years, I'd say, before being lost here. So what a ripper, what a ripper. What a great day. Oh no, look what we've done. Oh God, Max is going to hate me today when he catches up with me and I show him everything we've found. We have another penny. Looks like it's a penny size to me. There we go. I did not even mean that either. It was a real sketchy signal, a real sketchy target, and just flipped him out and he comes straight out with the shovel. So I'm not even going to bother cleaning this one up though. You can see he's in really quite bad shape. It's been in the rusty hole there, mixed in with other rusty targets. So we'll have to wait till we get home to clean him up. I have no doubt it's a I was going to say rue penny, not a rue penny. I have no doubt it's a Britannia penny. So let's swing it over quickly and see what number it's giving us. 19, 20, 18. Yeah, I do believe that is a full Britannia penny, 1 penny. So anyway, as said, we'll clean him up when we get home. So into the bag he can go, and we'll give you a look then. So just killing it on these coins today. So there you go. Once I catch up with Max, he's about probably 20 meters that way. He's not going to like me. He's not going to be my friend anymore, I don't think. Yep, Max is going to hate me. We've got another one. Holy moly. Oh, I didn't even expect this many today. I mean, we're in the Goldfields. Like, it just doesn't normally happen like this. You're generally lucky to find a penny or a token and drive home. But the fact that we've got, what, 4 pennies, 2 tokens now, plus a nice few little tailor buttons and what have you, amazing. What an amazing day. So who wants to hear a really funny story? I found another one. Oh, what a cracker. What a cracker. I am going to get shot later on this afternoon by Max. He's just going to turn around and shoot me and steal all my coins. There we have it. Holloway's Pills and Ointment, halfpenny token, 1858. Quite you. There we are. So as I said, Holloway's Pills and Ointment token, 1858. This is a halfpenny size. It's not the full penny size. What a bloody ripper. I'm just sort of blown away, you know, like I have done this paddock to death before in the past, and as I said, no sight is ever done. But every time a little coin like that pops out, token, what have you, it just surprises me. I just think, how did I miss that one? And how many more are left here to find? So I've found about probably well over 100 tokens in this paddock now. Who knows, there may even be another 100 to go. That's our 3rd one today already. Look out, they're on to me. They know I've got tokens. They know I have coins. They're going to land and take them off me, I bet. Righto, we're heading over to Max. You can see him there. And I'm going to stir him up with these tokens, see what he says. He's not going to believe it, I know. I can't believe it. So anyway, we're going to go over here and show him a look at what we've got and see how he's been going. How you going, Max?
I'm finding plenty of iron.
Plenty of iron, yep. Let's show what we've got.
Straight.
Tokens and pennies.
Oh, unbelievable.
Oh, and another one.
Oh.
We hit a patch. We hit a lucky streak. Oh. That's a Robert Hyde, that one.
Is it?
Yeah, merchant, shipper's metal, glass rags, what have you, Robert Hyde. He's a penny. He's a penny. He's a penny. That's a token. And that's a Holloway's. You'd recognise that one pretty well.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I hit a bit of a patch down there, and they just kept coming out and out and out.
I saw you over there a long time.
I thought you might have thought, oh, he's onto something good. He's found it. So anyway, yeah, I thought I'd come over and bring you a look. So how's this for a ripper? Max was just showing me, we're just sort of going through our treasure pouches here. I'm showing him my stuff, he's showing me his stuff and that. And he pulls this out and says, how's this for a find? What a bloody ripper, what a ripper. I tell you what, I've found a few golf balls in my past, but that is on the bucket list for me. I've never found an egg yet. So there you go, Max. You've outdone me today. You've got yourself a duck egg.
Breakfast.
Breakfast. Love it, love it. Right, so now we've got over all that excitement showing Max our finds. And that duck egg, that was awesome. That was awesome. I've never seen anybody find a duck egg detecting, so that's a first for me. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I mentioned there before about this big old shaft. So I'm not sure how many cows have fallen down here in the past either. I've come over here a couple of times and had a look at this, and there's been some pretty foul smells coming out of here. So there he is. That is the shaft, and that is the reason why all these gold miners and families, what have you, were here. They were mining, basically mining out this shaft, and this is all the stuff that they mined out. You can see in front of me. So let's throw a rock down and let's have a listen. Ready? Everybody hold your breath. Oh, that was it. I was waiting for another boom. Normally it goes dum, 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 splash. So anyway, let's have another go. Ready? Oh, I heard a little bit of a different tune on that one. Let's have another go. I'm like a big kid, aren't I? It's all right. It's all right. It's funny, the first time, oh, we better not get too close. My family will never see me again. Bingo! Boom, 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 splash. First time I come here too, a bloke actually showed me this shaft. He said, mate, you've seen the shaft over there. It's huge, it's huge. Oh, I'm not going to walk around that way. I'll end up in the hole. I'm going to slip down the bank there. Sketchy rocks. Anyway, he said, oh, it's huge, mate. Come over and I'll show you where it is. Because I had looked for this. Believe it or not, I had looked for it. Briefly, I couldn't find it. But he... boom! He brought me over here and showed me actually this hole, and to be honest, I didn't know this bloke, so I kept my distance because I didn't want to end up down the hole. So there we are. Let's get one more good rock to throw down. Where's a good rock? Look at the old bolt. Look at that. They've had an old boiler or something bolted to the side here, so isn't that remarkable? Could you just imagine trying to drive something like that in? Oh, crazy. That's nothing either. That's a tiny one compared to some of the other ones I've seen. Okay, last one. This is the Big Daddy. Ready? Everybody hold your breath. Well, that wasn't exciting as the others. Anyway, that's the last one. We're going to get back to detecting now. What do we got? 10 to 3 on the go watch, and we need to get out of here soon. I'm about a bit over an hour away from home today. My car's not running all that great either. The gearbox is slipping in overdrive, so it's going to be a bit of a slow trip home, as it was a bit of a slow trip getting here. So I've probably got a good over hour and a half drive home tonight. That's okay. We're just going to keep detecting for as long as we can, and then we're going to get out of here. How cool is this track that the farmers made through the wash heap, through the quartz wash heap here? So really cool. You probably come in here with his backhoe over the years, or tractor, taking scoops out and used it on his tracks. So very cool. These are obviously all quartz too. You can see a bit of ironstone attached to this guy here, hence the irony colour to him. But majority of all this sort of big stone here that you see, that white, whitey grey coloured wash stone, I like to call it salt and pepper, like some other people. And this salt and pepper quartz is generally all white quartz that's come out of the mine, obviously, all been washed, as well as the slate. So the quartz generally comes first, and then as they get deeper, they generally start hitting on the slate. I can't find any slate right now. There's none. Oh, there's a bit there. There's some slate. So you can see the difference. Quartz stone and the gold actually would sit in those little crevices in the quartz stone. And over time, the quartz would basically split open, crack open due to the weather or due to heat or what have you. And the gold would liberate itself from the rock. So it's exactly why all these quartz stones have been brought up out of the mine, and they would have been crushed and what have you. So generally where you see a rounded one too, like you see a rounded quartz stone like this, those edges, you know, the roundness, it shows weather. It shows that it's been, you know, rounded by the weather, by the wind and the rain and what have you. So anyway, this is slate. Slate is quite different. Here I am giving you a geology lesson, and I'm no geologist. However, that's slate. Slate is what they use for their roofs. Oh, there's a spider in that one. Slate is what they use for their roofs, and slate is also what was mixed in down the mine shafts with all this quartz and also the gold. So very, very cool slate, and you can see how it's in different layers. So you can just keep breaking it off and breaking it off into nice little layers. So anyway, really cool. I love learning about this stuff, and I think it's also important to share the information that I've learnt as I go, or where I can. So anyway, now I've got to try and work out where I put that detector. I set it up on the rock pile here just because of the cows, so now I've got to try and find it. I can hear some beeping. That means my detector's close by. Oh, whew, that's an effort walking through those stones. There you are. There's Dig It Detecting's detector. Oh, I wonder who that guy is. Oh well, who cares? We're going to take his detector and we're going to use it. Okay, so we are still detecting along. It's what, 3:45 now, so we're getting towards the end of the day, and I said to Max I'd just like to check out one last site. This site I have been to once before, however the grass was about up here, and it's snake country out here, so I did not want to venture around too much and get bitten. Anyway, here we are. Just drove past there before and noticed the grass is nice and short, so I said to Max we might get in here for the rest of the afternoon and dig our little heart out, and God, I'm glad we did. We have, it's upside down there too, we have our first silver coin for today, and not only that, a bucket lister for me. I have never found one of these. So as you can see there, it is an 1888 UK shilling, so early Jubilee shilling they call these guys. So, and I won't lie, I had to Google that quickly. I knew it was a shilling size, what have you, and I have seen these before. However, I won't lie, as I said, I didn't know what to call it. I just sort of like, it's a shilling. But yeah, there you go, Jubilee head shilling, 1888, and what a cracker of a coin. I'll put a picture top left there of what he should look like in you know, really good condition, showing you exactly all the detail. However, once home, we will be cleaning this guy up and displaying and showing you what he looks like. So, oh my lord, you know, I could take everything else out of my fines pouch right now and discount it, but this here is definitely the most exceptional find I've had today. So I had a good feeling about today too. This was it. Righto, so Max has got an absolute ripper here. We're going to bring you over and show you. I'm going to steal his find off him, and we're not going to claim it as our own, that's for sure. But wow, what an absolute beautiful piece. So I have got one of these at home before, in my display case already, all polished up and cleaned up. However, it's not as nice as this, and not as big as this either. What a beautiful shape. So this would basically be off the front decorative piece off a horse. So you can imagine the leather strapping, what have you, coming around on the chest plate of a horse, and this would be a decorative piece in the middle there. So very, very cool, very cool. What amazing piece. Well done, Max. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's made my day.
It's made my day, mate. I'm more than happy to see you find something like that.
Yeah.
Take it home and enjoy it. So
that's fantastic.
what a great piece. Okay, so we got another one. We are going coin crazy today. 1867 Britannia half penny. So what an absolute beauty. Said to Max, this side is going to be good. It's already showing its true colours already. It's a ripper of a sight. Let's keep going. Righto, so we're nearing the end of the day, as I said, but we've got another good signal here. So 25, 27, 28, 2 bars of depth. Well, that's a bit clearer, 29, 27. Let's give him a dig and let's see what he is after that old Jubilee head shilling come out. I'm quite enthusiastic to see what this is. So I've been digging a lot of rubbish today, a lot of rubbish, which is generally the case in the Goldfields though. You cannot get it all, and a lot of the time in the Goldfields you get a lot of that lead, tin, all the sort of just the crap that you've got to deal with and get through to get the good items. So anyway, we've got a little belt buckle, so that's what he was, 31 or 28, 29, up to a 30. So what a ripper. Righto, so you're never going to guess what I've got in my hot little hand. Check it out. We've got another token. This one's a Dan and Millville Merchants Dunedin token. So he is, it's funnily enough too, I was a bit surprised to read, he's got New Zealand up the top there. So I've found tokens from Tassie, I've found tokens from New South Wales, from Queensland, but I've never ever found a New Zealand token. So what a ripper, 1857 by the looks of that. Can't wait to get him home and give him a clean up. So another one for the collection. You beauty. Well, that's not a belt buckle. This is a belt buckle, and what a beauty, what a beauty. That's a couple of these I've got now with the spiky top up them. And they always clean up really, really nice. So that sounded weird, didn't it? Spiky top up them. We found a silo. Hello, hello, hello. Echo, echo, echo. It's not really echoing, that's sort of me. There you go. Marco, Polo. Okay, so nearing the end of the day. I know I keep saying that, however, there's just so much good stuff here to dig. So I'm having the time of my life. So anyway, we've got. Well, I pulled this out thinking, another coin. However, ooh, I can see a hint of gold there. Anyway, as you can see, this is a pendant medallion type thing. And I just said to Max, I don't really want to go cleaning him right now, because sometimes cleaning these items can wreck them. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him in my pocket very carefully and clean him up at home. But look at that, I can see a little bit of gold gilding at the top there, top left there near my thumb. So he is going to be a gold gilded medallion, I dare say. It'd be even better if it was solid gold, wouldn't it? Okay, so we've got another coin here. This time it is quite early. You can see King George there. You see the wreath around his head, and you can just make out 1800 something. So I do believe this one might be 1809 or 1807. So he's quite an early George Britannia coin there though. So you see the seat of Britannia on the back facing left. Very, very cool, very cool. And that is probably one of the earliest coins I've found for this area. So not my earliest coin in my collection by far, but definitely a great one to be pulling out from this site. So what a ripper. Rightio, so we've got our next target out, and it's a little ornate flower. So pretty cool, little brass flower. So very, very nice piece. So into the bag for him. And as I said, we are finishing up very soon. So I get a few more digs out before we go. Okay, so that is about it, guys. We've got all the stuff packed up, and we've got all our finds, all our coins and tokens in there. We're going to get home now and clean up everything and give you a look at what we got out today. So stay tuned, we'll see you at home. Okay, so welcome back there, guys. It is the next day, as you can see, and we've got all our finds laid out, ready to give you a look through what we did yesterday. So, you know, it's funny, I said to Max too before we started yesterday, I said last night I had dreams of today. I have a good feeling that something's going to pop, you know, something's going to come out really good. Well, I was right, that the inkling was, the feeling was on target, spot on, and not only did one or two things pop out good, we had quite a few there. We got 4 pennies, 4 tokens, and a couple of bucket lists down below, even an old medallion. So we'll get to that in a minute. However, we will walk you through, as we always do, the rubbish first. So I think it's always important to show this, what you're digging, you know, some of the other rubbish that you're digging out for the day. It's all very well for me to lay out all the good finds and show you and talk about. However, you know, you're not seeing the reality of my day, the realisticness of detecting, and that's all this. So a lot of the old nails, you can just imagine the blacksmith on the Goldfields forging these nails as required for the mines, for the miners, for the families, for the houses and whatnot. These two here, we found this one detecting, and then not too long after, when we walked up the Mullerkeep, we found this old guy sitting up on the wash pile, or the wash rocks there. And these are the old keyway nails, and they would definitely be associated with the mining there in the area. So this guy here is the old builder's ruler. There's not too much left of it now. You can just imagine the two ends coming out here with the measurements on them, and they would fold out. It would be a folding builder's ruler, and this is the base part where those two basically measurements would pivot on. So this is basically the bottom part of the ruler. So very special piece. We found quite a few of them. Now just imagine, like, you know, it's not much to look at now, but being a builder's ruler, can you imagine how many houses this built, how many things this helped construct at the time? So in that time period of the gold rush time period. So fascinating stuff. the old toe cap, boot cap, these would have been worn on the front toe and the back of the heel to help protect, help stop wearing the boots out so quick, the leather boots. And they would have just been tacked in. You can see the little holes in there. They would have been tacked in with the little nails. So I've actually found those with the nails still tacked in. Very, very cool. A few bits of scrap lead, a few bits of brass, what have you. A few spoons, one spoon, one intact spoon. And you just imagine someone eating off that some 150 years ago. Fascinating. Anyway, this piece here, nothing too special. However, I thought I'd get him out to help ID him for some others who have found the same item. So basically, you see the square there. There would have been a square shaft going through with a door handle, a door knob on each end. This would have been fixed inside the door mechanism itself. And as you turn the door, basically open and shut, this would have turned, opening the latch inside. So pretty cool piece. I just thought I'd talk about that one quickly, help ID him. So nice old flower. This Max sort of said, suggested that this may have been like a topper of something, a decorative piece. So ripper stuff, and we've found some of them in the past before. Very similar decorative pieces, items also. So nice piece, that one. The old trunk chest lock plate. So you can see it was hinged at the top there. This one rang up really nice and loud, being a big chunk of brass. And he's got a little screw, square head screw there. So he would have been fixed onto something like a treasure chest or a trunk or something like that. And there probably would have been another one on the other side, duplicating it there. So anyway, the old belt buckles, I've got 6 here, 6 little ones, and this big one here. It's sort of nothing to find these when hunting these old sites, because they just ring up so nice and loud, especially a big one like this. So I dare say that's a horse buckle, decorative piece. Really nice piece. So found a few of them now, and they also polish up, or all of them will clean up and go in the tumbler and polish up. Really nice. Hence why, as I said, you find so many on the Goldfields. Hence why I've got hundreds in my collection now, literally hundreds. Anyway, the old tailor's buttons, these are very cool, and generally, as you can see there, they've got the little tailor's names on them. So this is a Lewis and Cobalt. That one there in the middle is a no-namer, he's a blank one, and this one's like a Craigie Collins Street, Melbourne. So very cool. Once again, I've got hundreds of them. It's nothing to find 10 in a day hunting these old sites. So anyway, let's talk about the good stuff now. So basically, you know, we've got a lot of the pennies there, and you know, the medallion come later, but we will start with the medallion there. And what I'll do, we'll just go to the treasure chest box there, and we'll pull out a duplicate of what we've got here. And this one that I've just pulled out, the gold gilded one, this is one that I've found in the past. So let me bring you in there, and let's have a look together. So we've got a beautiful June 22nd commemoration coronation badge, 1911. So beautiful condition. This guy, but not so much this guy, just shows the difference in the ground. This one here in my hand, the gold gilded one, he was found locally, as opposed to this one found yesterday in the Goldfields with that mineralised ground, you know, the quartz, the ironstone, all that sort of stuff. It's a little bit hard on these old coins and pendants and tokens, as you'll see here as we move through. So the old Britannia Pennies, and as you see, these last 3, 1, 2 and 3, they are very crappy condition, and the reason being is because they're found in the old burn pit. You know, you can just see the heat and the rust and everything that's attached to them, and what they've went through in their life. So they would have been discarded, maybe by mistake, maybe on purpose, who knows, I don't know. But really cool, and it's nothing to go finding all those in the burn pit. As I said to Max, we sort of hit on a bit of a patch there yesterday, and they just kept popping out. So, and that would have been the old burn pit. So, and look, I can 100% confirm that, because on the map, basically I've got it all mapped out, and I can see the allotment. And when I looked on my phone, because I've got it all mapped out on my phone, I could see that I was standing right at the back of the allotment when I was pulling all those coins. So a real great indication, showing and confirming that yes, I was at the back of the property, the once property that was there, and also in the burn pit. So this guy come out a little bit later, once we moved sites for the afternoon. 1867 half penny. Cedar Britannia on that side, and focus, there it goes, Queen Victoria on that side. Look at the condition, absolutely beautiful. Like there's a little bit of patina, you know, bubbling on that side. However, absolute great condition. Like, you know, the high raised embossing. You know, this coin was not in circulation for very long before it was dropped at all. So we'll put him back there, and now we'll start with the tokens. Now, basically, this one come out last. He was the last token that I found for the day, and as you can see there, New Zealand 1857. Beautiful, beautiful token, and what great condition too. This is a Day and Millville Merchants Dunedin on Otago token, and this was used for purchasing. They had a firm over in London, and they probably had a small business or a shop over here in Australia at the time during the gold rush, and these tokens were used to help purchase black powder, shot, and also firearms. So with this token you could purchase all those items. So fascinating stuff. I love the tokens. As I've mentioned before in my videos, the tokens were basically brought out during the gold rush. You know, the merchants, there was a lack of currency here at the time, and the merchants brought out these tokens, stamped them with their name, their trade name, and that basically helped people, you know, buy and trade goods. So there was just a lack of smaller denomination currency out here at the time. Let me juggle these into my hand so I can show you. So that was their answer. That was the way that they sorted the solution at the time. And as I've mentioned too, the tokens are fascinating because by 1863 in Victoria, they were all made illegal. So, you know, you went to a shop to go spend one, you couldn't. They were discarded. They were just thrown out. Hence why you find a lot of these in the old burn pits. So this one here, we had a Peace and Plenty 1857, Robert Hyde General Marine Store, Shippers of Metal, Glass and Rags token. So this is a little bit hard to see. This is why I've got these ones out below, and these are also ones that I've dug in the past, and ones that are in better condition, as you can see. So as I said yesterday, we'll throw out some for comparison and show you what they should look like. So I'll pull this guy out a little bit better. He is in the wrapping to help protect him, so it's a little bit hard to see, I'm sorry, reflecting off the sun there. But what a cracker, what a cracker. As I said, that is not the one we found yesterday, nor is this. They're just to help compare, to give you comparison. So anyway, next token, this is a little bit harder to see once again. This is probably, or this is the worst condition one, but I've put it down to being a Geelong Ironmongers token. So if I flip this guy over, you'll see the condition of this one here once again, one that I've dug in the past. Mirabel Street, R. Parker, Ironmonger, Geelong, and on this back side there, you can see there, Britannia, Australia. Really, really neat piece. So absolutely beautiful coin, and that's what I put this one down to being. It's very hard, but I can make out Geelong down the bottom and Ironmonger in the middle. So as I mentioned too, not doing the best job of showing these, sorry. As I mentioned too, the little hole in the top would have been for someone to wear this as a pendant, you know, to help yeah, maybe a bit of jewelry, bit of a memento, something like that. The reason being for someone to punch a hole in it was obviously to wear those, so hang off something. So last one was the 1858 Holloway's Pills and Ointments half-penny token. You'll notice this is a little bit different size, it's a lot smaller, and the reason being is because they brought out half penny and full penny size tokens, and they were all blank, and then they stamped them. So as I said, you get the half and the full size penny. And I'll pick this guy up again and just speak about him quickly. The Holloway's Pills and Ointments token are probably one of the most common ones that you'll find on the Goldfields, and there is a good reason for that. And the reason being is because basically you got to remember the miners, they worked down in the shafts all day, and they worked with their hands, you know, digging, you know, with the pickaxe and the shovels and all that sort of stuff all day long. So 6 days of the week, their only day off was a Sunday, and that was to attend church. The mines would actually shut down. People wouldn't be allowed to go work on a Sunday. So fascinating stuff. And you got to remember, you're working 6 days a week. Back then, if you couldn't work, you couldn't survive, you couldn't feed yourself, not unless some goodwill soul took you under their wing and sort of said, right, we'll work our bums off and feed you too. It just didn't really happen much, you know. Basically though, if you couldn't work, you couldn't feed yourself, you couldn't feed your family, you couldn't live. So the Holloway's pills and ointments tokens, they provided the pills and the ointments to basically stop your hands from cracking, moisturisers, all that sort of stuff. You got to remember the miners were down the shafts all day long, as I said, in the deep dark conditions, moist conditions. Their hands would have been in the water in the dark all day long, so hands tended to crack, what have you. The Holloway's pills and ointments tokens help provide them the medication and the ointments that they needed to continue using their hands daily and stop them from blistering, cracking, getting blood poisoning, what have you, gangrene, having their arm cut off, whatever. Very, very important though. So anyway, that's enough about that. Let's which one should we go for? Let's go for this one first. So basically, I thought I got one bucket lister yesterday. Well, it turns out I got two, and this is the second one. So this come after the silver that I'm about to show you in a second. But basically, look, this is an early type King George III design. I knew that when I found it, however I couldn't put a date exactly to it. And last night I did a little bit of research, and there's only 3 years that these were made: 1806, 1807 and 1808. I think I stated yesterday, 1809. Well, I was incorrect, because they just didn't make them. They only made them for those 3 years that I stated, 06, 07, 08. So this is very, very rare, very rare. It's not in the best condition, as you can see. It is legible though, you can read it. You can see King George III there, with the wreath around his head. And basically this is, as I said, only one of those 3 years. It can only be one of those 3 years. So 1806, 1807 and 1808. And I will say the 1806 that they showed and the 1807 they said is a very, very scarce date, a hard date to get. And the 1808, one of those, is almost, they said it's unique. Basically it's a one-off. So who knows, maybe that's an 1808, maybe that's number 2. Maybe it's not as unique as what they say. Who knows, you just never know. But I dare say it's probably 1806, 1807. It's crazy for that area, because I mean that area was not settled for the gold until some 50 years on. So fascinating stuff. Anyway, let's talk about this guy now. This is a bucket lister for me, and this is the main bucket lister that I was talking about. So a little bit shaky there with the wind, sorry guys, but this is an 1888 UK Jubilee head, Queen Victoria shilling. So really, really nice. You can see I cleaned it up a little bit there with the water last night and the toothbrush, and I didn't want to do any more. So it's in really good condition, I think, for what it is. You know, here's some 150-year-old plus coin that has just come out of the ground, and look at the condition still. Very, very shaky. Let's see him down here and let's zoom in on him, and I can get a better look for you guys. So really, really neat coin. And said to Max, the only reason I found that coin was because I walked over, I noticed the track. There was sort of a track cut out along the side of the hill there that we were working. And I said to Max, the only reason I walked over here to detect that track, you know, sort of right around the hill, and the only reason being is because I just thought, well, that's the track where they all used to come in with their horse and carts, using my sort of bit of initiative thinking, and thought that's where they're probably going to be getting on and off their horse and carts, walking up the hill to the house. So it was only a slight hill, but you could perfectly see where the bank was cut out and where they've been entering and exiting over the years. So fascinating stuff. And you know, around this coin and on that same track, we hit on a lot of those buckles, and we hit that token, the New Zealand Dunedin token, and then not too long after, not far away from the gateway, on the same track, we got the 1806 King George III penny. So just fascinating. I said to Max, this is, you know, I've found some coins in my past. I've found some pretty bloody amazing coins too. I've got the gold sovereign, and I've got the Gothic florin, and I've got some, you know, a crown and a half crown. I've got some amazing coins, but this is right up there. This is definitely right up there. So anyway, amazing stuff. So I really hope you enjoyed that, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, yesterday's video. a bit of combination of both, and we will get back out hunting this very site again real soon. As I mentioned, there is 7,000 acres there for me to explore, and I've been doing it for the last 5 years, and to be honest, I think there's probably another 25 years there to go. I said to me boys all the time, you know, you'll be coming up here one day, I hope, and also picking up on where I left off and detecting and saving all these coins and relics. So one thing I will mention about this site too, the owner has been ploughing, farming this site, these 7,000 acres, a lot of it goldfield country, for the last, you know, century, with him and his father. So ever since the gold mining rush basically stopped, they started back grazing, farming. It all turned back into farming land. So all this stuff, you know, finding it and saving it, I think is really important, because you know, he runs the tractor and the plough, and you know, he puts crops in and that. He's always running over this stuff, and you know, there's a lot of stuff in the past that I've found that's all ripped up and broken and shredded. You know, you might find a bit here, and then 10 metres away you might find another bit of a cricket buckle or whatever, and you think, oh bugger, you know, this was probably complete once upon a time when it was discarded and ripped up over the years. So long story short, it is really rewarding and nice to be able to save these items, and especially historic pieces like that. So anyway guys, once again, really hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below, and I would love to see you on that next adventure and have you follow my finds for future. So cheers guys, and hope to see you there. Happy hunting.